STS, here again, back with Ladycrowne. Hit the like, hit the share, hit the subscribe button, get it out there. And yeah, this one is going to be about the master teacher David-Wynn Miller. And this man here, I'm telling you, he cracked the codes for all the languages on the planet. And yeah, had to bring Ladycrowne for this one because she's been studying this man for many years and she knows a lot about him. I know a bit about him, but not as much as Ladycrowne, you know. And yeah, where can we start with David-Wynn Miller, you know? Because this man is he's different. He's different, and he's been off planet. He's done so many things in his life. He had a experience that really changed his whole perception of life and made him want to study the languages and really understand what's going on and start to crack the codes, because his thing is about one word, one meaning. And yeah, he really cracked the code. So where can we start? Where can we start with David-Wynn Miller?
Well, he's the savior. If you ever wanted to have a savior in your life, then David-Wynn Miller is that savior. Literally, by him cracking the code on the language, because you know, like mathematics, number 2 and number 2 equals 4. Nobody can argue about that. No disputing, no wars, no fighting, because it is 4. But when you use a language that has so many different meanings here, which here am I talking about? The one where you're listening, the one that's stuck on the side of your head, the here over there. You hear what I'm saying? Just the language itself is bastardized and it's corrupt. I think he said out of 2 million words, they got it down to 756. So all you have to learn is those 756 words, and you'll be speaking in the correct sentence structure, communication, parsing, syntax, grammar. Yeah. And by doing that, by learning that, you can correct the wrongs that have been done against, have been perpetrated against all of us, you know, since the day that we were born, basically. You know, you have to look at David-Wynn Miller. He's got lots of YouTube videos. Some of them are like 7 hours, 9 hours. You might think, oh my, but I think there's one where you can get like little bite sizes where it runs from 1 to 17 and they're about 30 minutes each. And what I've done is literally downloaded them on my YouTube channel, and I can go back and watch them over and over again. And you get the small bite size, it starts to resonate with you, and you start to understand exactly what he's saying. Because he said no country ever went to war over a math problem. But when there was a declaration of war signed, what was that? That was a piece of paper that was put in front of somebody, and you know, Neville Chamberlain or whoever it was could put their signature on it, which is which is the scroll, which is cursive, it's the facsimile, and that was it. People will start firing guns and cannons because their language performance isn't there. And that's one thing you have to do. You have to learn how to stop and correct the language, because believe it or not, when you go into their courts, the judges, the lawyers, everybody involved in it knows that no law or fact will ever be tried in court. No law and no fact will be tried in court.
He calls them actors, doesn't he?
That's exactly what they are. Their performance, they're putting on a performance where it's all acting, and they've got used through presumption and assumption to just take on that role as that legal fiction, and then answer to a parking ticket or answer to something that, you know, if you haven't caused any loss, any injury, any harm, then you've done nothing. You owe nobody anything, but you've got a society and a world that says, you know something, we're going to tax you, we're going to charge you, we're going to give you permission to drive, we're going to give you and everything that you register, as I told you before, you give away, because the word, the prefix re means no. Receding hairline, receding gums. Yeah, what does it mean? It's going, but it means no. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And that's what they've done to us without our knowledge. So what's happened is really quite wicked. But what he'd done with correcting the language was the fact that he could go into court. I mean, he'd go into some courtrooms and they would literally just shut it down and walk away because they knew what he was going to do. Because everything that you're saying, you're speaking, or whatever you might think that you're doing in that courthouse, you're not even there, you're dead.
This is just come to me now. What triggered him again to really study the language. It was to do with his children.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah.
He wanted to have custody of his children when I think it was his first wife, and it split up. Obviously, he wanted to have custody, shared custody of his children, and it wasn't happening. Went into court many times, and he just couldn't get access to his children. He was every which way. He was blocked. A man wanting to spend time with his children, you think it's a simple thing. They're no longer together with the wife or the woman in his life. Let's just come together and sort this out. We don't need a third party, but because in marriage, when you marry, you do what? You sign a certificate. Yes. So now they own that marriage certificate and they own you, and you've got to go back through that procedure to then get divorced, and it's all messy. But every step along the way, somebody's making money off your marriage, and then when it doesn't work out, off your divorce, and then the settlement, and then the children, and he just couldn't get any recompense. He couldn't get it resolved. But that judge taught him a lesson, because what he did was the catalyst for him learning to crack the code on the language. And he went back into that court, and that same judge was disbarred. Got him cancelled out at least twice.
Because I remember him saying that that pain led into thoughts and led into wisdom. It triggered him to really find out what was really going on, so he could, really come back with authority within how he presented himself again. So yeah, man, big ups to David-Wynn Miller, and he's actually a 97th degree Mason. Yeah. People don't even think that you can get to 97.
Well,
but
trust me, you listen to him. You've got to listen over. You don't just listen for half an hour. Trust me, it's something that
a lot of things will go over your head because he's speaking in a different language, because he's broke the codes. So when you hear him speak, you're gonna have to learn the language to really understand what he's actually saying. He's a great master teacher for people to tap into, because if you really learn his work, you can actually free yourself from a lot of
oh my goodness,
a lot of bondage.
Absolutely, absolutely. You can you start to stand up in your power, and literally challenge them on the language, because it's a language that's not correct, and you can stop and correct that language. Your name in all caps is not you. That's a persona that was given to you, and that persona will be used for all sorts, fines or whatever, but they're not writing to you. But as long as you made joinder with that, then I guess they are. Like with your council tax, your name will come in a box, and it'll be all the caps, or it might not be all caps, but it'll be in a box. It'll be something where it tells you that it's off the page, but then you go, oh, that's my so and so bill's the ride. Well, then you said it, so it is, but it's not.
And this has come to me now. Remember that situation that I had with the kidney operations that changed his whole life, and he ended up his adrenal glands got taken out by accident, wasn't it? By a surgeon that wasn't, it was a rookie surgeon, and it changed his whole body's chemistry to the point where he could write with his left and right hand at the same time. He could write documents, 2,000 word documents in one night, just boom. And this man, he's, like I said previously, he's different. He's just a different guy, different type of guy, and remarkable man. He literally has gave the world a platform to take their power back.
He's freed humanity. He really has. He's freed humanity. You need to, when you hear about quantum, you're hearing about quantum computing and quantum financial system. If you're hearing about, but you're not hearing about the quantum language. That's what it is. Quantum language, correct grammar, sentence structure, communication, parse, syntax, grammar. You're not taught that at school. We're taught bullshit, as you already know. Pronounce words that don't make sense. Sugar, you get the SH sound, but it's spelled SU. Already telling your brain and tricking your brain into accept that when you see the SU, you now say sugar, and you don't even question that there's a. See what I'm saying? And it's all done by design to take you away from your true greatness. You know what I'm saying? You came into this world. That was your crowning moment when you were birthed into this world. You're then told that you just say mere mortal. No. You're sovereign, free. Free as the day that you were born, but been in an open prison all your life and not really realised it. But you can actually take control of that. Take control of your life and those around you, and take back what's rightfully yours. You know what I mean? Your freedom is yours. But guess what? It's not going to be handed to you. So guess what you're going to have to do? You have to take it back.
Yeah, you have to tap in.
You have to take it back.
Yeah.
Same will tell you, I've had, I call them third-party interlopers, come to my vessel in dry dock, where I captain my vessel, and tell me about the putting clamp on my car, and they're going to take my car and all the rest of it. Well, with the cars parked about there.
Using the knowledge.
With the knowledge.
Yeah, your knowledge is your
They
true
just
power.
took that clamp off my car and went about their business. I've had, magistrates court. I didn't even appear at the magistrates court. My court was my four-corner rule. Your document that you send to court, that's your court, your four-corner rule, and that's all I used. They had to walk away.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because I knew exactly what I was doing. If I didn't cause any loss, harm, or injury, then who am I now going to pay this £100 to or £200 to? What am I paying for when I've not caused anybody any harm, loss, or injury? But because it's their acts and their statutes and their legislation, they want to impose it on your legal fiction, your all caps, or your Mr. or your Ms. or whatever you want to call yourself. Do you know what I'm saying? That's what they do.
Yeah, and I have to mention this man here, one of David-Wynn students, Mark Christopher. And I know you're tapped into Mark Christopher.
I'm a student.
Yeah, you're a student to him, and big ups to him. He's got his channel on YouTube, and it's called Mark Christopher.
Mm-hmm.
Quite simple, and search him up and tap into him. He's a great student of David-Wynn work, and he can really help you on your journey. But I thought we'll tap into David-Wynn to really get his name out there, because he needs to be promoted out there more, and he's reached a lot of people, but just not in the mainstream.
Yeah. And we have to change that.
And we have to change the narrative. Yeah.
Turn off your television, sit down there with your children, your progeny, them that spring forth from your loins, and start learning the real way of the world, start learning the real language, so you can actually deal with these actors out there, because they're all playing a part, they're all acting, and guess what? You're an actor too, because you're going along with it.
Yeah.
You're you know what I'm saying?
You've been programmed.
You've been programmed to go along with it. You have to change it. You have to break the code. Or the code's already been cracked for you. What you got to do now is to use it to live your life, to free yourself from the bondage and from the slavery. Because this, let's say, I don't care about what you have in life, and your car, you're enslaved. As long as your vehicle is registered with DVLA, it doesn't belong to you. You're the keeper. Your document says registered what? Keeper. Even if you've got your house and you say you've paid off, oh, my mortgage paid off, I'm in a horn about no money. If you look in your mortgage deeds, it'll say that you're a tenant. So you're a tenant in your own home. You don't even own it.
Mm-hmm.
You see what I'm saying? That's the trickery and the fraud that's been perpetrated on mankind. But we have to correct it. They're not going to do it. We have to. And there are ways and means for us to do that. We just got to get up off our backsides, open up our eyes, and look at what's happening in the world. In the last 2 years, if you haven't seen what's been going on, then I don't know where you've been. It's time to take it all back. Lawfully, not legally, because the word legal means the undoing of God's law. Lawfully, take it all back.
Yeah, and one key thing that David-Wynn really shows you is that the pen is mightier than the sword. And like he says, this world is full of contracts, and if you learn the proper language, you'll be contracting in the right way.
Yeah, absolutely.
With the right grammar as well.
Yeah.
But any more say is that
you can also, if they did take down David-Wynn website some time ago, but it's
gone back up.
You can get to it from Mark's markchristopher.com, his website. He's got a link there for David's website. He's taken over it, and so therefore can do what he needs to do to maintain it. So if you visit Mark Christopher's website, you'll be able to click on David-Wynn and the information that he had on his website. You just have to go there and have a look. Yeah, and there is a book that you can also get, but that has to be ordered from America. But all that information is there, so you can start learning quantum grammar. Why not?
Why not? Because it really is what you need to tap into.
Yeah, write your own contract, write your own terms and conditions in the correct sentence structure, not babble, adverb, verb, and pronouns. Because pronoun means no. PR means no.
IN means no.
Yeah.
RE means no.
No. DE means no.
Yeah.
So you say you're going to the bank to make going to deposit some money. If DE means no, so it's no deposit. You've not put anything in there. That's why it don't belong to you. You're not knowing there. belongs to the bank, and in the banking contract and terms and condition it says once you've made a deposit, it no longer belongs to you, it belongs to the bank. So it's all fraud, it's all trickery. Time to call them out, time to do something about it. It's not just accepting that, well, that's just the way it is. No, it isn't. We've got an opportunity now to change all of that, especially when it comes to your financial wealth. You know what I mean? You take control, become your own banker, and you know how to do that, because I've been talking about it since day one with the cryptocurrencies and the precious metals. So it's time to rise and shine, just like Amin Ra is bossing out now. Trust me, it's beautiful up here.
Beautiful.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
So yeah, that's it from me. So
yeah, and yeah, they got to David-Wynn, you know. He really shows you the illusions that create hella confusion, you know. And when you really tap into him, he'll give you so much knowledge, man. But,
absolutely.
big ups to him.
Yeah.
And yeah, that's what I've got to say for this one. And yeah, good food, good mood. If you're having good food, then you're definitely gonna have a good mood. So make sure you get your fruits and veggies down, and your alkaline food, and you're definitely gonna have a good mood. And yeah, you know, our transition, no finish line for me, just like Goggins, no finish line for me. And Ladycrowne as well.
No finish line.
And you as well that tapped into this video. And yeah, Ladycrowne and STS over and out. Peace and blessings, you know.
Peace.